And I ended up selling my Ethereum Classic at that low price, which turned out to be somewhat of a mistake. What is up, guys? Norris Digital Assets coming at you with another video. This video will be on Ethereum Classic and how powerful Ethereum Classic will be to blow through some of these resistance levels. Down here in the corner is my logo. It is a watermark. Just hover above. You can click this logo in the corner and subscribe that way, or click subscribe below. Same difference. Subscribe for possible exit strategies at the end of this bull run so that you're not holding your bags for far too long when the bear cycle comes back and we have corrections and huge drops in prices from 60% to 90%. You need to be updated on the charts and you don't want to hold your bags forever. But subscribe for exit strategies and for information in general. Also, my Twitter page, Norris Digital Assets. I post patterns and charts quickly here, whereas YouTube videos take some time to process and edit and upload, whereas I can do a picture very quickly on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter, Norris Digital Assets. Let's get into Ethereum Classic on the chart. Just looking over this chart in general, I am seeing that Ethereum Classic is very healthy at this point in time. I remember having Ethereum Classic a while back. I had some Ethereum Classic and I bought it around $9 or $10. And I remember it going up to 16 or 17. This is way earlier this year. I remember it going up to 16 or 17 and then back to 15 and then back towards $10. And I remember it just kept doing that, you know, sort of over and over and over again. And I'd also read some information about Ethereum Classic being hacked in the past, etc. And I ended up selling my Ethereum Classic at that low price, which turned out to be somewhat of a mistake. Ethereum Classic is growing and always expanding and becoming more secure and working to make others smart contract capable, giving them those capabilities. So that's Ethereum Classic. And at the end of the day, a lot of the crypto market in general is a lot of just speculation on what some of these cryptos may be able to do or what they can do in the future. Not necessarily if they've already done it, but a lot of it is speculation in the first place. At any rate, Ethereum Classic looks very healthy on the chart for a number of reasons. First of all, Ethereum itself and Bitcoin, they dominate the market and control kind of what the market's going to be doing next. But Ethereum looks very healthy itself at around $4,000, trying to push through. We're still waiting on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is dealing with that resistance, hopefully for the last time here soon at 50,000. Hopefully it's pushing through, stays above. There's a lot of indicators showing that it's going to here rather soon, that Bitcoin's going to make that break towards 54,000. Maybe 52,000 first on a stop, but make that move towards 54,000. We have a lot of things going on the Ethereum Classic chart in general. So we had the RSI and kind of this cascading downward trend that we were kind of following on this trend line here that I drew. And you can see we kind of broke out of it. And it goes directly along with, as soon as we broke out of this trend line, it goes directly along with coming out of a $62, $63 Ethereum Classic, and we shot all the way up to around $71, $72 once we broke this trend line. So that's one thing we have going on there. We also have the stochastic RSI trying to make some movement up. I see the blue is starting to curl back here. We'll see what happens. But they might overlap and we can start to form somewhat of a tabletop pattern, sort of like right here, and come across here. And we also have down here on the MACD what is possibly about to happen. We have the blue line here looking for this bullish cross. We have this blue line possibly looking to come over above and create that bullish cross while we're coming out of here, while we're waiting on Bitcoin to make its moves. And we've just got a lot going on all together. You can see what happens in the past with the MACD when you take a look. When you do get that, let's look back here. When you do get that nice, like for example right here, you get that nice bullish cross on the MACD right here. Look where that's pointing. Look straight up here. We got that bullish cross on the MACD, and that was right here. So many different indicators to use and to look at to see when to buy, when to sell, etc. We obviously shot up, got overextended. That's what created this giant pocket here, and we started to come back down. These are warning shots. You come back up. Once you came back up, came over the 20, created this ear that's way lower than this ear up here, and then came back below the 20. Here's warning shots. You could get out right here and be very conservative, and that would have got you out, you know, at around $70, which is a lot better than 32 where we fell to. So that's what happened there. And obviously the entire market went through a bear cycle over the summer anyways, but this is, yeah, that's where it came from there. So we have a lot going on with Ethereum. We have possibly, like a lot of cryptos have formed, we have a possible cup and handle that's formed because we've been forming these handles lately in a number of cryptos. You know, you have the cup pattern, and then you have the handle pattern that we're trying to complete. It's not the cleanest cup and handle pattern ever, but you know, it's showing what a lot of other cryptos do, and then when they form that handle, you have that ability to just move up. But we have all the other things that I just explained to you in this video that we have working for us. Obviously, Bitcoin runs the market, and we're waiting on Bitcoin to make those next moves. And once Bitcoin can break its RSI trend line and it can start moving up, we can start to see that volume come in. Once we find that 51, 52, we can see that volume come in, and the MACD is also going to turn on Bitcoin possibly soon in the next few days. We'll see what happens. No sign of a September dump yet in the market, but we'll see what happens. We'll just wait and see. That's really all we can do. Another thing to consider with Ethereum Classic, stick around to the end of the video. We're gonna do the long range projection, price prediction, and I'm gonna show you how we arrived at that possible price. But another thing to consider about Ethereum, just like Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, just like Litecoin, one of the major reasons I got into Ethereum Classic, regardless of the fundamentals and everything else, it's got the name recognition, Ethereum Classic, it's also cheap. It is one of the few coins, like I showed in the Litecoin video, it is one of the few coins that you can get on Robinhood. You have the Robinhood effect. You have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin SV. That's all you have to choose from on Robinhood, one of the larger exchanges there is. There are millions of people on Robinhood. Now, a lot of people are just doing stocks on Robinhood, but obviously, crypto in general is going through an adoption phase where we're having more and more people coming into the crypto space. Robinhood has, no offense to people who use Robinhood, but it has a lot of amateurs, tons of amateurs, people that jump into things after they already took off. For example, once Ethereum Classic starts cooking up and Ethereum Classic is up here and it's just on fire and it's in the news and people are talking about it, there's people in Robinhood that are going to be jumping into it at these all-time high prices of, you know, you have these all-time prices up 140, 150 in that range. I think 180 was the 182. But you have people that are going to jump into it way later after they see that it's on fire. That's not what you want to do. You wanted to get in back here in the 58 range for finding areas for it to buy into Ethereum Classic coming up in the future. And this is not financial advice. This is just something, this is what I would do if it was me personally. I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything. This is just for what I would do, and it is not financial advice. But when we come down through the 20 EMA and we get pulled back to the 55 EMA like a magnet, right there's where your entry point's right there. You know, now we're moving up. Now, if Ethereum Classic makes some major moves up and you have giant green candles, do not buy those giant green candles right here. You see all these green candles in a row? Look on these, after you get all those green candles, typically you're going to come back towards these EMA lines. They're like magnets. They'll pull you back. And that is when on the 20 EMA, you can enter positions on the 20 EMA, or if you get lucky enough, if it hits that 55 EMA again. And also, again, what we have with this chart is we're breaking out of this downward trend on the RSI. We have the stock RSA starting to come up. We have a possible bullish cross going to happen on the MACD down here. We also have a lot of similar things going on with Bitcoin. We're looking for Bitcoin to make that move. We have the Robinhood factor with Ethereum Classic, and that is how I believe that is one of the major reasons why Ethereum Classic and Dogecoin went on their major runs. That is why I believe Ethereum Classic made that giant run up to that level around $180. And I believe it'll do it again. It'll just be some time. So Ethereum Classic overall looks very healthy. Let's look at where we see Ethereum Classic going towards later in this bull run or the end of this bull run. When we pull out the fib tool here, we will set it right there. And now we will take a look at, we will look to the 1618, which is a level of $516 per Ethereum Classic later in this bull run. If we can get those sparks to fly in October, November, December. Guys, I don't see any way this doesn't come back to its all-time high. I've talked about the Robinhood effect. It's got the name recognition, Ethereum, and I think it'll make some major moves, and that's why I am in it. I am not saying it is the greatest coin or it has the greatest fundamentals or the best use cases or it's going to last forever. I'm just saying in this bull run and for now and what I'm seeing, everything together, that I like it, and that is why I have some Ethereum Classic. It is not one of my top holdings by any means. My major holdings are Cardano, XRP, and VeChain. I also have Digibyte and a whole host. I have around 20 different cryptos, but this is definitely one of them because of everything I have mentioned in this video. We're not going to make these moves up here, obviously, overnight or in a week or two. What we will have is we will have these wave forms, just like we've already done. We've already had this wave here, and we're going to continue those waveforms where we come up and we have to come back to the EMAs to find support, and then we can continue on. We get overextended a little bit. You got to let the EMAs catch up, and you'll come back. And then there might be some sideways action, and then we keep that movement going. But obviously, we have seen this kind of gain before on Ethereum Classic. And when the last time that happened, that was when we were getting that bullish cross on the MACD at the same time, was also part of that too. That's just one indicator. There's many indicators. But at the end of the day, we have a projection, and this projection is that doesn't mean that that's the top. We are going to come up to that 1618, we may hit our head like many other coins have, and then you find support on it, and sometimes you can get on the 1618, you can get that 30% rise over that 1618 if it's coming to the end of the bull run. You can get that rise up towards to 25 to 30% before you come back down in the 650 range area. That's also possible if you start reaching towards the 272 and we have a super cycle, you would be going over the 272. Sounds hard to believe at this point in time with a price target of 1577. That sounds pretty outrageous, but one day at a time, 1 week at a time, we're going to be looking at what the market does, and we're going to be looking to this 1618 when the market gets fired up. And just like Ethereum Classic is in this 70 range and it's considered a low price now, and it came all the way down after this cycle. Well, like I said earlier in this video, Ethereum Classic sat at $9, between $9 and $16 for a long time, and it did absolutely nothing for a long time. And eventually I got out of it and I bought some other stuff. But at the end of the day, I believe that Ethereum Classic will make these moves again. That is it for this video. Click subscribe down here in the corner. Click my logo, subscribe that way, or click subscribe below. Comment below where you're from. If you're not from the United States, that's even more curious to me. I like to hear where people are watching from or investing from. That's always cool to see. And also hit the like button if you liked this video and if it taught you anything or opened your mind in any way. That's going to be it for this video. We will see you in the next one. See ya.